Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Akanksha Gupta, Senior Resident in the Department of Ophthalmology at RML Institute, Delhi. And today I have with me Dr. Harbansh Lal sir. He's the co-chairman of the Department of Ophthalmology and Sir Gangaram Hospital. Recently I met Sir at a conference, and that is when I came to know that he'll be standing for this year's election at the AIOS as Vice President. So my curiosity piqued, and I wanted to know this gentleman's idea of force and conviction for what he has in mind for the ophthalmologists in the country. So sir, my first question to you is, what role will the AIOS play in transforming the growth of ophthalmologists in the country?
Simple words, we need to ensure the progress of each and every ophthalmologist and every stage of his professional career. And also, we need to ensure that each state society is abuzz with scientific and social activity and make AIOS a truly global society.
Yes sir. So sir, as you mentioned that AIOS will play an important role in an ophthalmologist's professional life at every stage. So please elaborate on that.
So if we look into the professional life of ophthalmologists, there are 4 stages. One is education and graduation. Second is preparing for the launch, that means immediately after post-graduation. Third is acceleration, fourth is deacceleration. Out of all of them, when you are preparing for the launch just after post-graduation is the most crucial one.
Very true. Sir, if you are made the AIOS president, how will you help our young ophthalmologists to launch themselves into the real world?
Make each and every ophthalmologist competent surgeon. For this, we need to increase the fellowship programs, we need to standardize the fellowship program, and we need to have a central exam so that the young ophthalmologists don't have to run here and there for finding the fellowship. And we also need to tie up with the International Center of Excellence for the exchange program so that our young ophthalmologists can be exposed internationally. Once you acquire the core skill, it is also important to develop additional skills like leadership, financial literacy, management skill, human resource, publications, and once you have got the core skill and additional skill fully equipped and you come into the practice world, here the AIOS can play a very, very important role. That means you need to get your center registered as daycare center, NABH accreditation, and empanelment, TPAs, insurance, medical legal. AIOS can really help the young ophthalmologists in that. And most importantly, with the increasing input cost of the setting up the center, we have to move towards a group practice. And when we are going towards a group practice, we need to have a legally binding customized contract made so that if somebody wants to exit, he can exit. And we need to create a data bank of the ophthalmologists who want to come together and want to set up a good center as a part of a good practice.
So that's very insightful of you, and I hope that AIOS takes proper steps for supporting women in ophthalmology. So sir, what steps will the AIOS be taking for helping women in ophthalmology?
It is very pertinent question in a present scenario. As more and more females are joining ophthalmology, and most of the centers, if you see across the country, are dependent upon the female ophthalmologists to take their work forward. So it is obligatory upon the centers that they ensure that this our main workforce remains in a good spirit and are able to contribute substantial time and work in coming days. There are certain circumstances in a female life around pregnancy and maternity when they need extra care and support from the centers. The AIOS should encourage that most of the centers should provide the maternity leave as mandated by the government. Besides that, if they want to have a flexi time, want to work for 4 to 5 hours, they should be given the option of doing a part-time work. They should also be given the option of work from home because like OCT, perimetry, Pentacam can be reported from home. A lot of data analysis, presentation and research work can be done at home. And at the same time, the most important is that they should provide a space in their center for a baby care, and which is very, very critical and crucial for few years of the motherhood.
So please tell us something about your journey in ophthalmology.
After doing graduation and post-graduation from KG Medical College, Lucknow, I came to Delhi and joined Sir Gangaram Hospital as senior as an MSc, working there as a co-chairman. And the most satisfying part of my life is writing up the wonderful book on glaucoma patient, which is being appreciated by one and all till date. And another thing is that I have been actively involved with the Delhi Optical Society and All India Optical Society. I served the DOS for 15 years, and most satisfying was the stint as Secretary of Delhi Optical Society, where I raised the bar on all the fronts, whether it was the scientific, cultural or academic activity. Another important journey was journey in Aries, where I served for 12 years. I served as Treasurer for 6 years, and as a Treasurer, I brought the financial transparency and made certain changes which helped us collect and save huge money to the tunes of crores and crores, and we could build our state-of-the-art headquarters for the quantum jump of the ophthalmology in India. So you must visit the headquarters in Delhi, which is on a 700 square meter plot, 5 floors, one for the office, one for the guest rooms, one hall, and another is the auditorium. So I wish all of you the best luck in your life.
For those of you who want to know more about Sir's personal and professional life, you can visit his personal website www.drharbanshlal.com. Thank you so much, Sir, for spending your valuable time with us. Good day.
Thank you, Akansha. God bless you.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
sir.